Hello, welcome to Learning to Drum. I'm your host, Adam Tevlin, and last week we tested you on the rudiment cue. Hopefully you're doing okay on that. We talked about the importance of speed. Is it really necessary to be fast? Well, yes and no. We talked about that, so if it is your first time watching, please go back to episode 1 and catch us back with us. Now we also did solo number 8. And did that together at 90 beats per minute. Hopefully you're doing okay with that, and if not, that's okay. And this week we're going to learn a new rudiment as well as play study number 20. But before we do that, we are going to do test time. Oh yes, another test. And that is the drag exercise. Yeah, you remember the drag exercise? Yeah, at 90 beats per minute is where we're supposed to do it at. Well, we'll go ahead and do it at 70 first, then go to 80, and then do the test tempo. So let's go ahead and flip to that. On page 37 there. All right, here we go at 70. We'll work up to 90. Ready? 2, 1, and 2, and ready, and go, and. Okay, all right, hopefully you did okay on that. Let's go up to 80. Okay, now we'll try it at 80. 1, 2, 1, and a 2, and here we go. And. All right, there we go. That's at 80. And now for the test tempo, 90. Okay, relax. 1, 2, 1, and a 2, and here we go. All right, 90, and that was it. How did you folks do? Hopefully you did okay on that, and if you're not there, that's okay. You might be still working on that drop catch method or what have you, but the slower you go, of course, the more you're going to get it faster. And I don't mean faster as in speed, but faster as in muscle memory. And then yes, that does follow with speed. All right, new rudiment time. If we go back to page 6 in the book, Learning to Drum, we can see that the second rudiment listed on page 6 is the 5-stroke roll. That's what we're going to learn today. And that's actually going to be the last rudiment that we're going to learn this season. We already know 12, and now this is going to be our 13th. And actually, technically, we know 14 if you want to count the multiple bounce roll. So, without further ado, what is a 5-stroke roll? Well, it is what the name is, 5-stroke roll. So it has 5 strokes. And the way I remember easily on how many hand alternations, and what I mean by that, how much time am I going to go right, left, right, left, right, left, is you can do a simple mathematical equation that my first band director, he was the third in the state of rudimentary drummers, and his name was Mr. Jerry Oliver. And he said that all you have to do is add 1 to the number. What's the number? 5. Okay, what's 5 plus 1? 6. Okay, now divide by 2. Well, that's 3. 3 hand alternations. Okay, what if we had a 9-stroke roll? Okay, add 1, 10, divide by 2, 5. 5 hand alternations, okay? That was an easy way when he was teaching us those stroke rolls and how to remember them. And because you're like, well, when do I stop? You know, that type of thing. Another thing also is the sustain thing. If we're talking about, you know, the roll being a sustain, then it's really about where that note is being tied to, and that is the amount of sustain that you're going to have. So in this case scenario, we have an 8th note tied to another 8th note. What's a tie? We're going to learn that down the road. Just focus on the sticking, and then, so what is the sticking? Okay, we have right, right, left, left, right. So we have 2 doubles and a right, and that right is accented, okay, or that last note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left, left, right, right, left is the alternate, right? We're going to try that together. We're going to go slow. Right, right, left, left, right. Left, left, right, right, left. Okay? And then I'll play it open, closed, open for you. And then we're going to see how we can practice that with the metronome. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Right, right, left, left, right. Left, left, right, right, left. Here we go. 1 and 2 and ready and play and right, right, left, left. Left, left, right, right. Make sure you get the accent right. Got it? Okay, so open, closed, open. How does it sound open, closed, open? Okay, so here I go for open, closed, open. You don't have to play with me. Okay, that's it. Open, closed, open. And now how would we do that with the metronome? So I will pull up my triplet notes, okay, believe it or not. And if let's just say 60 beats per minute. Digga, digga, dot, digga, digga, dot. That might be a little bit too fast for you, so we can just do it at, let's try 50. Okay, so it'll sound like this. You're going to use the bounce, right? Like we do with the drag exercise, double beat, things like that, digga digga dars. Okay, so you're going to utilize that. And okay, so let's try it together at 50. 2. Here we go. And da, 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 left, left, right, right, left, right, right, left. Okay, so really, it's not written as triplet notes, although you can, as I put these variations in the book here on page 6. But when I get down to the fast, I start to get into this triplet mode, and okay, you get the idea. So that's why we're practicing it in triplet fashion. So let's go ahead and try it at 60 now. Ba-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, okay? 2, here we go, and not too big of a deal, okay? All right, here we are at 70. It's not too bad. Once you get your double beat down into digga digga dars, all that stuff, here we go. 2, ready, go. No big deal, okay? Now the goal is going to be 110. So we got a long ways to go from 70, but I do want you to hear what the 110 sound is going to be like. 1, 2, 1, 2, here I go. Okay, so that's what it sounds like at 110. And like I said, if you're getting the double beat down, if you're getting the digga digga dars down, and the drag exercise. Now you remember we talked about when we first learned that drag exercise, there were 5-stroke rolls in there, right? That's right. Right? Exactly. So that all plays in a part. So since you were able to do those things, you are now able to do the 5-stroke roll, hopefully with some ease, okay? So that 110 shouldn't be too much for you. All right, now flipping the page to 45, that's study number 20, and we're gonna learn a new time signature. And because we're trying to save time here, we're almost out of time, is I'm just gonna play these once through, and we're gonna play them at, let's do it at 110, since we're there, okay? And how to think about 12/8, okay, well, let's take away the top number, and what kind of note gets the beat? Well, the 8th note, 1/8, right? How many beats per measure? Up at the top it tells us 12, all right? So it's 12 beats per measure, and the 8th note gets the beat. Now, and 12/8 time, which is usually not a very slow time signature to play, most of the time in my case scenario at least, and really how it's felt is in 4, but with triplets. Okay, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. You don't count 12/8 time if you can. Well, let me think about this. If you were playing very slow 12/8 time, you'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, in a faster tempo, you can't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can't do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And each group of those 3 triplet 8th notes, okay, or in this case scenario, regular 8th notes, okay, is that I treat those as one rhythmical cell. And I'll explain as we go through these and how to identify those rhythmical cells in 12/8 time. So let's go ahead and try number 1. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? And you can see that the dotted quarter note, that's one rhythmical cell. Number beat 2, another dotted quarter note, and then on the last beat, 10, 11, 12, technically it's on beats 10, 11, and 12, we have that rhythmical cell, okay? All right, so here we go, number 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Not too bad. Okay, no big deal. All right, and number 2, this is kind of familiar, right, with what we were doing with triplet 8th notes, so you can kind of get the idea of why it's felt in 4. All right, now number 2 on down, we're going to be doing 3 measures at a time on each line instead of 4, so make sure we do just 3 measures. Okay, 2, 1, 2, here we go. 1. That's it. All right, number 3, the opposite. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da, da-da-da 2, da-da-da 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, play. 1. You getting the idea? Okay. All right, now number 4, this is where I'm talking about with the rhythmical cells. You have, obviously, the 3 is counted as 1 there in beat 2, but actually it's in beats 4, 5, 6. But beats 1 through 3, we have that quarter note taking up the beat 1 and beat 2, and then we're coming in on 3. So I think of it kind of like the sneeze, you know, the ah-chew, you know, but just swung and not straight, right? With 16 notes, dotted 8th, 16ths, we got 1-e and ah-chew, e, ah-chew. But in triplets, we have da-da-da, ah-chew, ah-chew. So I think of the as one rhythmical cell. So let's try number 4 and see if you can hang. 2, 1, 2, here we go. There it is, number 4. So you can see how that bop, ba, ga, da, da, bop, bop, how that rhythmical cell mentality helps you out with reading this stuff. Number 5, there's my eyes again. Ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. There it is, no big deal. Let's go right along to number 6. Here's that rhythmical cell we were just talking about in number 4. And that is just repeated all the way down in those 3 measures. 2, dot, 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 and ready, play. 1. Pretty cool, huh? All right. 7 is a little different, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Da, 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 da. Okay, it's a little tricky when you're just playing quarter notes. They're not the same as dotted quarter notes, okay? So those quarter notes do not fit in that rhythmical cell mentality. All right, so here we go for number 7. 2, 1, 2, here we go. No big deal. It's a little funky, huh? And John Williams kind of likes to do these rhythms in, like, let's say the Star Wars music or Superman music. Dum dum. Anyway, so number 8, our last one, we have that same little weirdness, but it's there in the middle of the measure. Ba da 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 da. 1, 2, 1, 2. Here we go. No big deal. All right. Hopefully you're getting the idea of what 12/8 time is like. Remember, it's felt in 4. And we'll continue it on next week on Learning to Drum. That's all the time that we have for today. I'm your host, Adam Tevlin, and always remember to keep swinging those sticks.